Hey, Nikki Brown here. No matter where you are and no matter what part of the world you're in, I hope that you're having a good day. So, there are times when we are guided to do things, and that may mean something different for everybody. But when you're guided to do something, you must listen to your instincts and your intuition. Because when you don't, um, you'll continue to get those nudges, those urges, and then eventually, some way, somehow, you'll be forced to do what you're being prompted to do. And it may not be in a good way. Um, I know for myself, there were some things that I have been guided to do, and then I end up being um, in an unhealthy situation. And so, again, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, which we are here to help one another, we're not here to judge, we're not here to criticize. And even if you're not doing those things, but you're not doing the thing that you're supposed to do to help people, like right now, I should be in a better position where I'm able to help people, right? I have a life coaching degree, I practice Reiki, I'm a certified anger management specialist, I am a certified life coach, and a certified yoga instructor, right? But because we live in a capitalist society and I have things to do to maintain to provide for myself, right? And since, you know, business didn't go the way that I needed it to go, it's like, okay, well, you have to go back into the workforce. And in going back into the workforce, again, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do because I'm not supposed to be working two jobs just to pay monthly expenses, right? I'm supposed to be helping people. And I do help the people that I work around, but in a certain way, it's not really beneficial to me, right? It's not beneficial to my life. Um, it's actually a bit detrimental to my health to work two jobs. It's physically straining on the body, especially at this time of my life when I'm going through menopause or perimenopause, whatever. And so it's not good for my mental or physical health, right? So, um, again, because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, things are not necessarily going the way that I need them to go because I'm not doing what I have all these certifications, but I'm not doing anything to help the people that I should be helping on a larger scale, right? And I do my best to do that again, but I'm only doing it on a small scale, and I know that I'm meant to do it on a larger scale, right? You know, I've done so many videos and I've talked about, years ago. I mean, years and years, because I came into this knowledge back in 2009, right? Actually, 2008. So, finding out that soap was made from was it was presented to me that soap was made from roadkill, right? But it's really made from animal fat. Now, whether or not they use the fat from animals that have been killed on the side of the road, I don't know, right? Um, but they normally use beef tallow or pork tallow, is what they call it. And so my thought process was, if I don't want to put those things inside my body, why would I want to put those things on my skin, which your skin is the largest organ on the body, and so whatever you put in or on your skin or you touch, it absorbs into your bloodstream, and usually pretty quickly. That's one of the ways that we get sick, because we come in contact with various germs on doorknobs and handles and using cash registers, ATM machines, all kinds of things. And some people may carry wipes or some hand sanitizer or some other way to cleanse their hands, but most people do not, right? And then without thinking about it, we rub our eyes, we blow our nose, or we eat something without washing our hands. And a lot of people came into practice of doing that during COVID, but some people still didn't, right? And again, it's one of those things like your natural instincts, to rub your eyes, to blink, or to even be hungry. When you're hungry, you just satisfy that hunger. So let's say you stop at a drive-through, you might grab a fry out of the bag without thinking, I haven't washed my hands yet, right? Some people never do that, but some people do. And some people are so hungry that they're not even thinking at that moment. And again, this is one of the ways that we can get sick, right? So again, there are so many people that have so many talents, so much knowledge when it comes to various things. And a lot of us should be sharing those things or providing those products or services to people. But again, and a lot of people think it's about just the money. It's not about the money. Again, there are people who are being divinely guided and instructed to do certain things to help out the community as a collective, and they're not, and we are not doing those things because we're caught up in the capitalist society and in the rat race, and constantly needing to provide, or I don't, I'm not really sure what words I want to use, but basically provide. Like you have to, you need a place to live, you need food. So food, clothing, shelter, water, just the basic needs. We're not even talking about, you know, when your clothes that you're wearing, because you've washed them same clothes so many times, they start to wear out, so you need new clothes. We're not talking about even those things. We're talking about people living simply and just needing to meet their basic needs, right? This can be very challenging, and a lot of people who are not in that position don't understand that. I was just reading an article, and it was saying like, how people say, oh, well, the people who are homeless, they should just get a job. Well, in that study, it was like 40% of the people who are homeless have jobs. And of those, like, I don't remember the exact percentages. Hold on. So this was actually written in 2002, and it says, employed and experiencing homelessness, what the numbers show. Um, the article goes on to say, have you ever heard the idea that people experiencing homelessness don't want to work, or they should just get a job? The truth is that many do. In fact, a 2021 study from the University of Chicago estimates that 53% of people living in homeless shelters and 40% of unsheltered people were employed, either full or part-time. In the year that people were observed homeless between 2011 and 2018. Despite how many people experiencing homelessness work, a job doesn't solve everything. Life-sustaining wages are a key determinant of housing security. However, most people experiencing homelessness are not earning enough to afford rent. And yeah, that's basically um, one of the things that's going on for a whole lot of people. And some of these people, like I said, are those people who should be doing something else. So working isn't The old school mentality is to just get a job, right? But in this day and time, just getting a job for some people is not good enough. A lot of people need multiple sources of income, or a partner who has another income, and those incomes need to be a certain amount. Let's say, for example, you have two people working in fast food, or two people just making minimum wage, or two people making, even depending on where you live, anything less than $23 an hour is probably not enough, because rents are going up drastically everywhere. Gentrification is going on everywhere. And so, like I said, some of these people are being encouraged to do something else to help other people. But when your basic needs are not being met, it's challenging for most people to focus on helping other people, because the concern is meeting the basic need. But again, finding it challenging to do so, right? So someone making 15, and this is talking about someone who is living by themselves or who's living with someone else who does not make enough. You have rent or mortgage, electric bill, phone bill, gas bill, um, whatever it is, right? And so you're constantly going to work. This work is not enough. Yet, on the other hand, you have these skills, and depending on what it is that you do or what it is that you have to offer, you either need the time or you need finances in order to make this thing happen. Some people are able to take that time and build and grow. Like uh, Anthony O'Neill had a young lady who she moved in with her mom with her three kids. I think she got divorced or she was separated. And she was able to move in with her mom with her three kids and get on the internet, lock herself into a room while her mom kept the kids. And her mom complained, right? But she was able to start her consulting business via social media that way. And it took her some months to do, but she had the time, right? Some people don't have that time. Some people don't have a relative or even a friend who they can stay with who won't be upset about them not working, because again, the mindset is just get a job, right? But again, we're talking about people who have this skill or multiple skills, right? And they're being nudged. And when I say they're getting a nudge, I mean from God, the Most High, Spirit, whatever term you use, right? There's being spiritually guided or divinely guided to do something different, and they're not doing it. So their life is not working out because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And people who don't understand that just keep saying, oh, well, it's going to be all right, or just get a better job. But they're not able to find this better job, this better paying job, right? And so they continue down this same path and on this same cycle. Because again, they're not doing what they're being divinely guided to do, and they're stuck on this hamster wheel, just spinning around doing the same thing over and over again and not getting the results they need to make the change. Because a lot of people feel like, oh well, once I do this or once I have this, then I'll be able to do this. But really, they're just supposed to be doing this and thinking about how many people can I help? Not the selfish, although it's not selfish, because the first law of nature is self-preservation, right? But at the same time, we're supposed to have a selfless mindset. And then on the other hand, a lot of people compare themselves to other people who have done corrupt things and deceptive things in order to get to the place where they are. And so it's like, well, how do the bad people, how are they living a good life and doing okay when I'm this good person doing my best and it's not working out. And I've heard people say this multiple times. And that's not a good thing to do. Compare ourselves to other people. Again, we're supposed to have that mindset that, okay, I'm going to help people, and in turn, I will be taken care of. And again, it's challenging to have that mindset when those basic needs are not being met. And so then we meditate and, um, we practice mindfulness, we practice breathing, we practice yoga or whatever it is that we do. And things happen and things change and things get better. And then there's a setback, right? And so then things are on a path that we don't want to be on again. And so it kind of continues. And so it's challenging to get over that hump to do what you're supposed to be doing. And so then people say, oh, and when I give people this advice, it's like, okay, you're right. But again, it's not easy to take those steps. It's not easy to encourage someone to take those steps. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? Someone I know said that you can't make them drink and you can't make them do something else. I can't remember what it is. Um, but anyway, you can give people advice, you can guide them. They don't have to take the advice. That's their life. They can do whatever they want to do. Um, and so it doesn't make sense to get mad at someone for not doing what you advise them to do. You just have to live with it and accept that that's them and that's their life, right? I see though a lot of people get mad like, oh, well, I told so and so to do such and such. Oh, I told so and so they could do this, that, and the other. Like, say for example, real estate. A lot of people say, oh, well, you can get a house with no money down, or you can hit the pavement and go around to, look for abandoned properties and see if somebody will allow you to, you know, uh, basically help flip it. Like, you know, there are investors waiting to buy those properties. Sometimes they let the people stay in the house and sometimes they don't. Um, but with that comes a certain fear, right? With that also can come, okay, where, you need gas money to do these things, right? There are so many different things, but my battery's going dead and I don't want the video to cut off. Um, I don't know if I'll do a part 2, but I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, I love y'all. Later.